Hey everybody, it's me, Doug, and I've got looks like Skinny's down here with me. I'll put him in here too.
I'm not skinny. How dare you,
How
sir?
dare How dare
That's body shaming, man. You shouldn't be calling people skinny. That's just rude.
Oh, well, that's me. I'm rude.
You need to prosecute her. You need to respect my new pronouns, Doug.
Okay.
Yeah, prosecute Fauci. I hope you're doing good, man.
I'm doing all right. I've got to open this book. I hate it when you get one packed and you have to reopen it.
Yeah, there's like 3 sealed up Gemini mailers I have in storage, and well, not in storage, but with my comic stuff. I have no idea what's in them.
I've
I
done
think
that
they were
before too.
extras when I was just packing up everything, and I did a few more than I was supposed to because I would lose count.
Yeah,
Because
I've
you
done
really do lose count, like after you're stacking so many books and stuff. It's really easy to be like, did I do 89 or 112?
that. Yeah.
I don't know. It's all the same now.
Man, I had so many add-ons with this one that I only had there was only so many, like it was regular book, deluxe book on the first one, and then everything else was like all these ridiculous special orders.
Yeah, I'm probably one of those ridiculous special orders. Did you sell any of the t-shirts? I
Yeah,
think I bought a t-shirt.
I sold like 5 or 6 t-shirts. They
Excuse
came
me.
out really good.
Sorry about that. I still got this cough from having the flu.
Somebody wanted me to sign their book, and I signed it, but it's so hard to see it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be signing on the cover, man.
I signed it on the cover. I'm gonna sign it on the inside too.
Well, I mean, not to be like picky, but it looks like it's not going to hold up well. And like you said, you can't really see it. So
You can see it if you like. It's easier to see in real life. It's hard to see on here.
that is hard to see. That's why,
Almost sign it on
that's
the
why I
inside.
always leave like a big, like when I'm printing my comics and stuff and formatting, I always leave a good empty space below my name on the title page because that's where I like to sign things if people ask. Unless somebody's like, hey, sign the cover.
I don't like signing it at all. This is the only one that I've signed.
I mean, it makes me happy to sign it, but yeah,
I
I'm
feel
not
weird
going to
about
sign
it.
anything unless people ask me. I feel weird offering to sign stuff for
Yeah.
people too. Like, hey, you want
Remember
me to
back
sign
when?
that for you? You want to
Remember?
tie my shoes too? Why don't you go park my car? I'm an important person.
Yeah. Remember back when? Like all the big CG guys first started, they charged extra for a signed book.
Oh man, it's not just those people. I had some guys in the indie sphere kind of get mad at me because like they were talking about charging for signatures and they ended up asking me. I was in some Twitter space or whatever, and I was like, I'm not going to charge for a signature. They're like, well, you need to. And I'm like, are you guys just upset because like me not charging somehow makes people not want to pay extra for yours? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like, I understand charging for signatures if you're like Rob Liefeld and you
Yeah.
have like the entire convention is there for your signature. I'd want to weed out all those people too and be like, $500 a pop, man. I don't want to sit there for a century just doing nothing but signing stuff.
Yeah,
But
people that like don't even really, they're not even really your fans, come by and get your signature just because. It's like, I
and
don't.
then some people are like really, they're like, well, they're just going to get something signed and then sell it on eBay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I hope they sell more stuff on eBay. They let me give them my personal number in case they run low on any stock. Like, I don't care. Like,
Now, like,
That means people are buying my book. Why would I be upset about that? Like,
Yeah.
even if I'm not the one making money on it, that's not what I'm here for, anyways.
I don't know. Maybe I should put mine on eBay and sign it. Be like ultra rare comic book signed OOP out of print.
I thought about it, like, because, like, I've got some proofs that that collectors may like, but I don't think I'm established enough to really capitalize on that. So I'm just holding on to those for a while.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll be worth something. I just hope nobody wants my original draft pages because, like, they're in notebooks and they're, like, covered in coffee and other paraphernalia. And I do not take care of those things at all. Which is kind of a good thing because, like, a lot of folks don't realize the collector market hit because during those times, like, kids weren't saving comics. They weren't putting them in bags and boards. They were reading them and throwing them away and ripping out coupons out of the back of them. And it's the same thing with baseball cards. They were putting them on the spokes of their bikes and stuff.
I don't know where I got the backing boards at, but they don't even come close to fitting.
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody's just going to have to get some books without some backing boards.
What size bags are you using? Are you using the current?
I don't even know. I ordered these.
It's probably the current bags. Don't use they're tiny. Silver Age bags should work.
That's I usually use the Golden Age because they're even bigger. But see, I just ordered these from Comics Wellspring, like I did their mailers.
Yeah.
I don't like their mailers. I don't like these because they got the sticky thing. I usually don't use these, but I already bought them, so they're getting used now.
Oh man, that's just when I first fulfilled Otis Stein 1. Like, I had bought those current comic bags.
Yeah,
and like I could get the book to fit in there, but I couldn't put a board or anything. So I just rolled with it. I was like, I'm sorry, folks. Like, but I thought it was a good thing too, because I'm like, well, you got a book that's big enough that it doesn't even fit in the damn bag. Like
these
it's a hell of a lot better than some cyber toad thing that you're never gonna get.
Well, these books are thick enough; they're not going to bend unless you like really, really. How
many pages is PsychoTron? Like,
this is just 24, but I got the thick. They not super thick covers, but I got thicker covers on them. I don't like covers that bend up a lot.
Yeah, I'm hoping that because my proof for Otis is like really, it's not flat. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping it's just because that was a proof, and once they're all like shipped and everything. I've actually considered, I don't know if you've thought about this too, but I've thought about getting one of those book press things. Like, I've seen them on Amazon.
Well, where are you ordering books from?
Well, I order them from a lot of different places. This time I'm going with Comics Wellspring.
Well, see, they shipped on mine, and they package them like so many in a thing. They smash flat. They're flat.
Yeah, I've gotten books from them. I've used them and Mix them.
See, Mix them fold up because they just throw them in a box.
I've used Kablam too, but I don't like using them. They're nice people. I don't want to say anything bad about them, but their website fucking sucks. I don't want to curse too much, but I will on that because their website is terrible for Kablam. You have to wait for them to like message you. Old quotes don't go away.
They're using like the same website they've been using for like 15 years or something like that.
I don't know what it is, but their website is just it's terrible. And you can't even figure out how much anything's going to be. I think you have to wait for them to send you a quote. And even then, it's often just a quote. They're not counting in the shipping and all of this other stuff. It's just a hassle. Well, but the books I have gotten from them and, their customer service is good.
I know one thing. I like the real Geminis a lot better than the ones that came from Comics Wellspring.
I will note that.
I mean, they're thick and they're not going to bend, but these fold way easier. And when you got to
I've
do a
noticed,
million,
I think I've gotten a few of those over time as well.
yeah, they're not bad. They're just they take longer to pack. And when you got to do a ton of books, you don't want to be folding Geminis all day.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing that here in the near future. I approved my stuff, so I guess my book's going into print, and I'll get that shipment hopefully soon. Then we get to swap places, Doug. I'll be inviting you on while I'm packing and taping and doing all the shenanigans.
That'll be fun.
I don't know if you've tried it, but one thing that I did do is I bought some little sticker labels, round
Mhm.
sticker labels, and I would use that like as I'm packing them all up to kind of number them for what tier they're supposed to be for.
Man, I'll show you what I did. I just started like on this one. It's just I wrote their first and last name on it, so I won't show any names. I'll block that off. I just wrote down their orders because they got so complicated. I just wrote the orders down and just went through and just started doing it. On the Indiegogo, I did the same thing, but I put their
Hey,
order. I just put their order number.
as long as you don't mess up like I did on my first campaign when I basically just gave everybody each other's email when I sent out the PDFs.
I did that before, and somebody got really mad at me about it.
I don't know if they got really mad. Somebody had mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh, I had no idea." Like,
Yeah, well,
emails don't mean anything to me. So
somebody got really mad at me and told me I was an idiot and all this stuff. And I was like, okay,
well, thanks for pointing out the obvious, but I already knew I was an idiot,
yeah,
sir.
I already knew I was a retard.
This may be some great revelation to you, but I've lived with it for 34 years.
Exactly. We've
I
got
don't.
Matt Reese in the chat. What's up, Matt?
I hope he's doing well, but I try to tell people, I'm like, we're here to make mistakes. Like,
I mean, it's going to happen. That's just
well,
part
it's
of it.
supposed to happen. We're learning. You can't learn without making mistakes.
Well, even just no matter how perfect you are, eventually you're going to make a mistake. It's just
And
going
it's
to happen.
important too, because you gotta, part of the process is, figuring out how to react to things, how to solve certain problems, how to overcome the stress and not kill yourself.
He said it's blizzard day today, so he must have some snow.
Huh. Our snow just melted. We had snow a couple of weeks ago.
Dude, like, it's springtime here again. It got really cold for like a week, and then it's been like super nice ever since.
Yeah, we might get snow on Sunday. It's
They claim we're
looking,
supposed to
but
get snow on what's today, Tuesday? On Wednesday. I don't know if we will or not.
yeah, we got snow. I posted some pictures on the Twitter. I don't know if you saw those, but
Yeah.
like I did an hour time lapse where I went on the back porch and I took a picture
Oh, I
when it
didn't
was
see
just
that.
starting, and then I took 2 more pictures like with an hour between them. And yeah, we got, I think, all around we got, I think, 8 to 9 inches
That good.
that day. Man, I love the snow. Like,
Have you got to go sledding in it yet?
not this year. I went sledding last year.
I love sledding.
I had a blast with it. I was the only one. Last year was my first like snowy Christmas. So I was super excited, but everybody else here was just kind of so they just kind of had to tolerate taking me out in the snow.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of standing around, like the wife was just kind of standing around while I was just like happy. I was really happy, and I was just running up and down the hill with the sled. Sledding's really fun, but walking up that hill with it kind of sucks. Oh, we got Eric Hawkins in the chat.
What's up, Eric Hawkins? Let's see.
Which he did some really cool art that I ended up putting in issue 2.
Yeah, I've got an art. I've got an art in here that he did.
Eric's awesome. And his books are pretty cool too.
Here is Eric's. He did a good Psycho Train. Psycho Tim. Psycho Bill.
Yeah, I guess that's the bag that I got with this one.
Yeah,
the ones that you're packing with.
I hate them.
I'm not a fan of it. It's hard to get my book back in there, but it's a lot flatter now, but I've also like sat here and played with it. Let's see. Yeah. There's Eric's.
Awesome.
And then you got, who's that? Howl Comics. Yeah. Alan Alonso. He does really cool stuff, man. I love his stuff. He's got such a wicked style. Eric's pretty good too.
Eric Hawkins, did you get your download code for the soundtrack? I should have. I think I've sent them all out now. So maybe people will go listen to it.
Maybe. I listened to it last night.
Yeah, it had quite a few people had listened.
I hadn't downloaded anything though, because it was like, we can't do this on your because you have an iPhone. And I was like, oh, okay.
Probably once you use a computer.
Yeah, when I get around to doing it on the computer.
Yeah. I actually put it on Spotify and all that stuff too, but I don't know if anybody listens to it on there or not.
If you put it on Amazon Music, odds are I'll probably add it to my thing. I have a few, like that one punk band I was telling you about, the American Thought Criminal. They have their stuff on Amazon Music, and one of my friends from middle school has his music up there too.
My stuff should be on Amazon. Oh man.
Which I always try to tell people, hey, make sure your stuff's on there, because that's what I use to listen to music, like while I'm at work and stuff.
Me too.
And on the go in the car.
Yeah, I like it because I can download albums and listen to them. Because when I leave the house, I have no reception. And so if you just turn it on, you'll be almost all the way to town before it'll start working.
Yeah. Yeah, I have like it's like a miscellaneous library of maybe like 100 songs or something like that are downloaded, and those play when I don't have reception. The only thing I have is one thing I don't like about the Amazon Music is they repeat play a lot of songs. Like I've had to hit dislike on songs I actually like
because you get tired of hearing them all the time.
Yeah, they keep playing it. Like they keep playing Dr. John's Right Place, Wrong Time. Like I'll go like 5 songs, they'll play that one. Another 5 songs, they'll play it again and again. And I'm like, I gotta dislike this song. It's like, of all the music you guys can choose from, why do you keep choosing the same like 10 tracks?
They made you dislike it. So, Brad messaged me the other day. He actually messaged me last night because he got his books and stuff, and he's going to do a cover for me for Lone Wolf 2.
Yeah, I was talking to him about getting something for my stuff as well.
Yeah,
I just know he's had a lot of stuff going on lately, so I hadn't asked.
yeah. I think he's got set. You know, he got married and he moved, and they had a kid and stuff. I think he's finally got settled in,
Yeah.
and that's why he'd been working some on Handyman, and he did that cover for me.
Well, I like Brad. He's a good dude.
He sent me a couple pieces of original art that, like, when I relaunch here in a couple weeks and try to sell the rest of this off, I'm going to offer some of his. I actually have an original page of Handyman, and then I've got this really awesome One Punch Man that he did.
Oh,
I almost want to keep the One Punch Man.
you probably should.
I actually might do it. Let's see. I need to pay attention. Matt Reese says he's so stoked for Lone Wolf 2.
I am too, man. Like,
I'll
I've
be
been
glad to
waiting
get
for a
this.
while for that one, man.
Yeah, I've only had like several people, stand me up on that one, or do about.
Hey, you've had terrible luck, man. Like,
I know it, dude. The one dude who I'm not gonna mention his name did about 5 pages, and then I was like, "So can we have this done in X amount of time?" He's like, "Sure." Then we get there, he's not got anything else done. I waited another 6 months, nothing else is done.
hey, you spent like a year and a half waiting on nothing.
Yeah. So I finally said, I'm going to get somebody else to do this book. And he goes, well, I'm going to have to charge you $150 a piece for the work that I have done. I was like, no. It's like, I'm not paying you. You didn't finish what you were supposed to do. Yeah. And I told him if he was working on it, I would pay him as he got, pages done.
Yeah.
Didn't do it.
Yeah, you can't go back on a deal either. I mean, we're all adults here. If you don't want to do something a particular way, don't volunteer for it. Don't agree to it. Very simple.
Well, he's like a lot of people. A lot of artists want to do stuff and they want to make money, but they don't want to actually have to do the work. And I've noticed so many dudes will do that. If it's not their story or their character or whatever, they don't really want to even do the work.
Yeah.
It makes me mad.
I don't even want to do the work for my book.
I don't either sometimes. And then I'm like, I'll do this thing where I just start working and it's like I'll do all of it, just like, in one day. Yeah. Reese says, yeah, what are you going to do with 5 pages? I don't know. I definitely won't go pay $150 a piece for 5 pages I can't use. But then the awesome thing is Andrew come in and did he was actually still working on the book. And, the pandemic and crap happened and he had to slow down because he was like me. He was working ridiculous amounts of overtime. So Eric stepped in and finished it because I was trying to be, who I'm talking about, dude who went to jail not too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
He had a copy of my script and he was working on a character that was too similar to mine. And I really wanted to get my book out first. And then once he went to jail, I didn't worry about it no more. I wish I'd have just let Andrew finish.
Fun and interesting stories in indie comics.
Yeah.
Like sand through the hourglass.
Eric Hawkins says AI art Lone Wolf 3. Don't tempt me.
I see a lot of people getting angry about AI art and a lot of people defending AI art. And I just want to say I don't care.
That's me. I don't care either way. If you want to use it, use it. I'm not going to buy anything with AI art. I mean, I don't think a comic book will be good. It'll be just like dudes that.
Eric Hawkins says, indie comic guy going to jail. You got to be more specific. Yeah. Sadly, you do.
Yeah, and well, what to me the funniest thing about that dude that went to jail is that he was working very closely with the one dude who went to
The other
jail.
guy who went to jail.
They went to jail for completely different reasons, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird, isn't it?
I don't know. That's why. I don't know. I stick with you and a couple of other folks who've kind of weathered the storm with me, so to speak. But like, I don't know. People seem to rally behind the wrong people like every time. If you
Well,
hadn't noticed, like it's so weird. Like, and then they end up like going to jail or whatever,
yeah,
and
I know it's ridiculous.
it's just
Matthew Reese says,
strange.
"Do I know about the dude that went to jail?"
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna mention any names, but this is if you got Legends, it's the guy who wrote the story that goes on way too long. It's like 40 pages of a story that could have been told in 10 like he was supposed to.
Made with
That guy.
slave labor, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, and then told his artist I was gonna pay him. What a turd.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for the artist, though.
I do
He's a
too,
really
but
good guy.
I feel bad for him, but I think he's still mad at me over it. Not
No,
mad at me, but I think it's a sore spot.
no, I've talked to him about it, Doug. You're
Yeah.
in the clear.
I hope he's not, because
He's not. He knows it wasn't your fault.
you hadn't heard about him going to jail, Reese? He he got a place on their city council or something like that.
Something
And
to that degree. I'm not really knowledgeable of it. When people start causing trouble, I just pretty much just tune them out.
well, somebody had sent me this because they knew I was worried about him stealing my stuff. He had a seat on some kind of city council thing he'd ran for, and he was going in and guessing the password on somebody else's computer and trying to find documents to get them in trouble. So then he goes to the cops and takes a bunch of documents that turn out to be nothing. It's, absolutely nothing. But they ask how he got them, and he's like, yeah, I got access to his computer and blah, blah, blah. And they were like, well, that's illegal, right? And so the other person pressed charges and all this, and he's going to jail.
Yeah, well, he also that's not his only adventure with the legal system either. He also instigated a feud with somebody and then tried to press legal charges against that person for harassment, even though he was egging the person on and didn't do anything to de-escalate.
Yeah, they were both pretty guilty in that.
Yeah, just tards being tards.
Yeah. Well, I mean, tard's going to tard. What do you expect? I've got one more left to do.
Oh.
Well, I've actually got two more. I got Joe's. And Joe's, though, is the cover art. And I want to send that.
Is that the Joe?
No, this is, I can't remember Joe's last name, so I didn't write it down.
Well, don't dox the guy.
I'm not.
But you say Joe, and I think of Sam Squanch.
Yeah.
JoJo. Because because one thing that I do keep going back to Legends for, and this may sound terrible to everybody else involved on the other stories, but the one that always has me going back was Joe's story.
Yeah.
Where it's Wolf and Gary Busey.
Dude.
That is just the most crazy.
I cut this really close. I have another order. A dude that I'm friends with gave me cash. I think he got all the covers, and this is the only deluxe cover I got left, and it goes to him.
Oh.
A lot of people got the original deluxe cover with the wrapper around. with the
I don't
ninjas
know
on.
if I did. I really don't remember.
You got all the covers. So
Okay, cool.
you've got it. Let's see. See, this person's got all covers, so they got that one. The Brad cover, the regular cover. I was kind of surprised I sold more of the deluxe books than I even did the standard book. And standard book was just $5. I thought that was crazy.
It is crazy, man.
See,
It's so just wild of a concept that people actually pay for stuff that we make.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. I was surprised by how many people actually bought the soundtrack.
Yeah. Well, it was a good deal, man.
Matt
And a lot
Reese,
of folks don't offer music either.
Matt Reese says, I got to be honest, I pretty much like all of Legends. Well, I mean, that's cool.
I mean, I'm not saying that any of it was necessarily bad. I'm just saying that Joe's crazy story in there was just.
And, well, I'm not even saying the guy that wrote 40 pages of story was bad. It was just, it's like, here's the assignment, and he's like way off over here. And his story could have been a 15-page story. I should have put my foot down.
I wish that Michael and I were able to do our story that we had planned for it.
I wish my first story that's supposed to be like 10, 11 pages would have been 10 or 11 pages.
Yeah. Instead, we had to write something new, basically.
Yeah. So like I said, I won't reprint that, and it's not because I don't like a lot of it. I won't reprint it because there's quite a few people that I don't want nothing to do with that's in the book. Like there's a guy who hasn't fulfilled a book that he made ridiculous amounts of money on. There's the guy that went to jail.
Wait, who's the guy who hasn't fulfilled?
Sasquatch.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. It's like, wait a second, was Critias on here?
His story had really good art because J. Paul Sheik did the art in it, and it was amazing. I mean, it's not a bad. It's not. None of the stories are bad. They're really not. But I just can't reprint it. I just don't want to. Yeah. Now I may take and the story me and Marshall did that had the samurai in it. I'm thinking about asking him if I can reprint it.
Do that up as like an ash can or something.
Yeah, that's one thing. Either an ash can or a backup story in Lone Wolf 2. Okay, but them two, I gotta pay attention to what I'm doing.
Yeah, the Sasquatch thing is kind of crazy, but to that degree, that's why you don't throw stones in glass houses.
Yeah. Well, see, now I'll get in here and Sasquatch had an update this week. 4 pages are done now. See, my biggest problem with that guy is not even him so much. It's his artist. His artist does not like to do sequentials. And he just wants to do, like, you know, he just wants to do cover art and stuff. And
well, I think somebody even commented, like, on one of the Otis things, they were saying that they liked it because it wasn't just a bunch of pinups. It was actually art that told a story. And, you know, some of these artists, that's all they really do is just, you know, a bunch of splash pages. Not really sequential stuff.
I would really like to do a book that was nothing but splash pages just because. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I
Well,
wouldn't
we
expect.
usually call those kids' books.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I'd like to do one just to be silly. Matt Reese says Marshall's story is legit. Yeah, I wrote that and he did the art, and it came out like so much like Samurai Jack to me, the way it looked and everything. Dadgummit, go in here, book. And he actually helped with some of the story because I was doing research on Japanese monsters and stuff, and I'd be like, well, what about these? And he'd be like, well, what about these? And I'm going to have to use another bag. That ain't going to fit in there with that book. These deluxe books are too big to fit two in there. Yeah, I don't understand that myself. Eric Hawkins says,
I think the thing is why he's probably catching all the blame is because he threw a lot of people under the bus.
he kind of did.
And I think this is probably just karma coming back and biting him in the butt.
I was kind of thinking that.
I
wasn't
I
gonna
would
say it.
sympathize with him, but he kind of acted like a chode to a lot of people, myself included. So I'm biased, but
See,
the artist should be held accountable, though. I will say that, even with my bias, I would say, I don't understand why he's catching everything.
Yeah, I know one thing. I wouldn't pay that dude any money to do a cover for me, knowing that he'd never finished.
Well,
that
I
book.
mean, I don't understand why he didn't just hire somebody else or whatever. Like, fire the guy and move on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he had, and his ambitions were too lofty for his first book. You got to be realistic. You got to get the artist you can get. Not somebody that's terrible, but you know what I mean.
Well, what I always tell folks, or I try to, is get an artist you grow with.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've been doing with Carlos, is that's what we're doing. I'm improving with my writing and my story direction, and he's improving with his art at the same time, and we're kind of growing together.
Like Eric Kent says, Rob should get that story finished before he tries to get all that cover work. He fits. I agree.
Some people go into it like their first gig is going to be like, like a Bay film or Independence Day or something like that, this big Hollywood blockbuster. And your goal should be more in line with like a short YouTube video.
Yeah.
You're not there yet. You'll get there if you persevere.
Those are wrapped up now. I'll have to do Joe's, and then I got a stack of stuff to go with Joe's that Eric sent. I've got some books Eric sent me, and I got Larry's book laying in here I still haven't read. And I got dude, it's a freaking mess in here.
I hate to say this year, I haven't been able to back many people. I think I got you and Larry.
Yeah, like I try to get my friends when I can, and sometimes I still miss some. I don't know. I found some tape. I went to the store and bought some tape. No, wait. I think I threw this over here yesterday. Never mind. I was going to rant about buying tape when I had it, but I apparently didn't have it.
We got the old guys in the chat are chatting amongst themselves now.
Like I do.
The Erics are going to unionize here pretty soon, Doug.
I hope not. Dude, I just tell you, I couldn't have done anything had Eric Mr. Eric Kent, been so awesome.
Eric Ken is awesome.
And I'm really
He's
hoping.
done. We've been talking because he's going to do another cover for issue 4, but I hadn't quite settled on an idea yet. I like the idea of
Is is the Ernest one for 2 or is it for 3?
that's for issue 3.
Good, because I was gonna say I didn't back that one, and that's
No, that one hasn't gone up yet because you know I'm
see, I
doing
get,
the unpopular thing and putting my backers in my first campaign.
yeah, I can't
First
keep up
before
with
I
it.
do anything else. But I have all that done and ready to go. I got it on the display, which I thought was pretty cool. I'm gonna try to get more of them so that way I can have like all my covers behind me on the wall.
I got to go ship a guitar today.
Oh,
I sold a guitar for 900. Let's see. With shipping cost, it was like $960 on Reverb. After Reverb took their chunk and I paid for shipping, I got $620.
ooh.
That was the most disappointing $620 I've ever got in my life. I was like, if I'd known
Well,
that, I just kept it.
well, next time just raise up your initial price by another $300.
You're gonna have to. No, then nobody won't buy nothing. They'll be like, "Oh, all this crap's too expensive."
Yeah, I've known a few people who flip stuff like you do. I never could kind of wrap my mind around it.
Well, this one I didn't really flip. It was one that I bought just to record Psychotron stuff because it had a Floyd Rose trim, and I wanted to be able to do some warbles and stuff. And after I got the guitar, I recorded some stuff with it. I remembered how much I hate changing strings on a Floyd Rose, and I was like, man, I wish I'd have got the version of this guitar without the Floyd Rose on it.
Yeah.
And so that one, I just kind of had. Usually, if I buy a guitar, I buy one that's I know I can make money on. That one I bought as an actual tool, and it just kind of exploded in my face.
Oh.
I guess it does. They don't have any resale value, even though like the specs on it are like ridiculous. It doesn't matter because nobody just don't want to buy it. I guess.
Economy's kind of crap too.
That's true. I can do good on guns though, but if I sell too many guns, the ATF will come to my house.
Yeah, just don't talk to them.
That's the rule. Don't talk to anybody. They're talking about Superman celebration. Super duper pooper. Dude, I feel bad. I have a box sitting here on my table, a stack of comic books to send David that lettered the first Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
I paid him. I mean, he got paid, but I kept just adding stuff to it because I wanted to send it to him. And before I realized it, because more and more stuff come out, and I just keep adding to it. And then I realized it's been like 3 or 4 years, and I've got a huge stack, but I never sent it. So now I feel bad about it.
Yeah, you'll send it. Just make a note to send it out with your books.
I'll just send him a copy of the first book and put thank you on it. I mean that was the
Just
thing.
take a picture and write coming soon.
I got him a few things to send, and then like Ty, I was supposed to send him stuff, and he sent me a hateful message about it one time. But then he had disappeared 4 times and never messaged me back, and I think he's disappeared again right now. So I just gave up on sending him stuff.
Yeah.
I can't send you stuff if you disappear and change your address and all this crap. Is it seriously 1:45? No, it's 12:45 my time.
Yeah, it's 10:45 for me. I still got some stuff I got to send to Carlos. I'm trying to make it worth his while, kind of like you and David over there.
See, well, it
And
wouldn't be so bad if David wasn't all the way over in the UK.
I got with Pickles, I'm going to be sending him all of the vestry books that I got, except for the ones that I'm keeping.
Did I ever send you? I found some more sketches and stuff that they were sending out.
Yeah, I think.
Did I
Yeah,
ever
I got
send
some of
you?
their. You sent me a bunch of stuff, but yeah, there were some sketches and stuff in there. I ended up including those with a couple of backers for their stuff. Like, I was just like, random backer gets a cool sketch. Because I didn't see the need, because they're just going to sit around in a box over here, just
Yeah.
like they would sit around in a box over there. So I was
See,
like,
like they had done like 1,000,000 of them, and like they only sold so many, and they all was just sitting here, and I wasn't shipping books no more. I was like, I need to send these to Skinny.
yeah. And now Eric's shipping them.
I don't like
For 'em, I
shipping books.
think.
I don't like shipping books for anybody else. It got old quick.
I just had too much stuff going on.
That's me too. And what's funny is like,
We're all in a club together. We've all distributed vestry at some point or another.
dude, I still have copies. I
We're
don't know
the
what to
true
do with
vestry
them.
boys.
I still got copies of Napalm Brothers and Charlie on the Wire. I don't know what to do with. I don't want to sell them because I don't want to make money on them because it's not my stuff. But I don't really. I mean, I don't know to give them away or whatever. I don't know.
Send them to me. I'll include them in random backers and
There
stuff.
you go.
That's what I usually do. Like, that's why when I do back my friends like you and Larry, like I get your all covers thing because I intend on giving away most of them because I'm just like spreading the seeds.
Yeah. Well, I've got some books I was going to get rid of, and I was thinking what I'll do is like have contest. Be like, hey, if you do all this, you can have this copy of Common America. And you do all this, and I've got this extra copy of Earthworm Jim you can have. Or
Well,
like
I
that.
did a giveaway at one point, and the only person who responded was some black lady, and I guess she wanted some comics for her teenage boy. So I sent her like a thing, man, and it was like this big. And it was she's like, he likes manga. So I just went through and I got everything. I even gave him Legends. That's where my trade paperback of it went. I kept the hardcover. Like, I'm not getting rid of that one.
I've got two. Like I said, I keep finding those. They're multiplying. I've got 3 or 4 now. I may just keep those.
I like that hardcover a lot.
There's one floating around somewhere out there in Utah. #1 is the guy went to jail. #1. I don't know where it's at now.
Who knows?
He's got
We know where
#1
mine's at,
because I
and it's
numbered.
not with the authorities.
I hand numbered them.
Maybe it's in an evidence locker somewhere in Utah.
Probably.
Well, at least they got something to read while they're looking through all that.
While they're pooping.
Yeah.
Hey, give me that there Indian motorcycle book. I'm gonna go in here and poop.
I'm looking for evidence.
Eric says another guy went to jail.
Yeah, a lot of guys who went to jail. I went to jail. I've been there a couple times.
I ain't went
But
to jail.
mine's more like unpaid speeding tickets and whatnot.
Yeah, that's one of them governmental scams. Pay your protection money or we'll throw you in the jail.
I went to jail by being an American. That's
There
pretty
you
much like we're supposed to rebel. Like, that's our heritage. So I don't understand why everybody else is like super authoritarian.
Yeah. I don't know. Everybody wants more rules and more laws and all that.
Did you see that our friend Misfit, Nap Misfit? ended up getting suspended because
Yeah,
he angered the commie punks or
yeah,
whatever.
I seen that. So he'd come back. He's got a new account.
Imagine trying to be punk and a communist at the same time.
I
Like,
know
I don't understand how these people exist. Like, they defy logic and reality.
they're stupid.
They really are, and they're like, I don't know. They were calling me a bigot, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I accept your terms. I'm cool with it. But like, punk is like, unfiltered truth, like being honest about things and the nature of the world and the culture and everything. And by being honest, you can understand that a lot of this crap is just propaganda.
Yeah,
But they're brainwashed into thinking that, I don't know,
I
it's
just opened.
crazy.
I just opened up the chat and the post with John Redcorn. I got a hole in my pocket where my money should be.
Oh, yeah. What was it? Hot mountain fudge cake?
Big Mountain Fudge Cake. Uh, I love that episode. Oh,
There's a hole in my pocket where my money should go.
that's when Tom Petty first started showing up on there.
Yeah. They're doing that King of the Hill redo, but I don't know how they're gonna do it. Well, I guess they could because it really kind of worked out because like both Petty and what's her name,
Brittany Murphy. Yeah, they're both
Brittany
dead.
Murphy are both dead, so they could probably pretty easily just write off Luann and Lucky. Twice the gay today, yeah.
Yeah, two times the flavor. Well, I think I'm about to wrap it up. I've got to go ship all these books. I got to print labels for these now that I got them packed.
Yeah. I gotta look after the wife. She's not feeling too hot today.
Well, tell her I hope she feels better.
No, I will. She's laying down now. We got a new electric blanket. They were on sale. It's actually pretty cool, man. Like, we can control like each individual side.
That is cool.
So that's what married life is, Doug. If you're ever curious, is it's getting excited about appliances and stuff.
That's just being old. Anytime I get think about buying stuff, it's old people stuff. It's like I want to buy a cabinet to put this stuff in. Yay!
Yeah, I bought a bunch of those what are the BCW like storage boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And those things are awesome for storing my stuff in. Like I
I've
got
got
all
a
my first issues like in there all neat and stuff, ready to be packed up when the other books get here.
I've got a really cool bookshelf, but that room in there is such a mess from the rest of my comic book stuff. I'm gonna have to buckle down and pay my car payment off because I'm gonna have to build a house. This place is awful,
Yeah.
and it's got really bad here lately.
I've been in trailers before.
Oh yeah,
And it's not even stuff that's your fault. It's because a lot of trailers were built with just the worst material
yeah,
imaginable.
yeah.
And
Like
I'm not even sure how they still get away with using like the MDF instead of plywood for the floors and
I
all
don't
that.
either. All it takes is one good leak and your floor is gone.
Well, any like kind of person like carpenter or any kind of construction person that I've ever known have always been like, those are the worst materials. And you would think with all the building regulations, somebody'd be like, you can't don't use wood foam basically to make a house.
And the thing, it wouldn't be so bad if you could just pull it up, but then they glue it in like with glue that will never come undone.
Yeah, well, there's houses that are like that too. My wife, her grandfather, he had a house, and it was basically made in Canada, and they shipped it down, and it was in sections, and they put it together. But like the foundation's cracked, the sections aren't aligned right, and it's just a freaking nightmare, man.
I'm thinking about just getting me a storage container and like building like pouring a concrete slab and just setting it on top of it and building a porch around it.
Well, what I would recommend is they actually have, like, if you go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, they usually have them on display, but they have these really nice storage sheds, and some of them are made to where you can easily convert it into a living space.
They're really expensive. They're like
But the storage
ridiculously
container is
expensive.
going to cost you a lot more too.
It's just gonna cost like
I
three.
was looking into that, and
It
that one's
costs three
kind of,
grand. I get one shipped here for $3,000.
yeah, but you got to think about all the materials and stuff you're putting into it. And the moment you cut into it, you're ruining its
Yeah,
integrity too.
I'm not gonna cut into it. I'm just gonna put two doors on the end.
Oh,
It'll just be
you just
dark
free
inside.
ball it.
Yeah, it'll just be dark. It's like what my plan is, like to put a 4 in it and frame it and put insulation and just leave it dark. On the end, put two French doors, so one opens and then one will just be for light. And it won't have much natural light in it, but it'd be cheap. And maybe that'll, if I spend about, if I put it over here, I can use the septic tank and the electric from right here. And I won't even like get it inspected or anything. I'll just be like, oh, that's storage.
Yeah.
And just live in that. I don't expect the human race to make it too much longer. So
If I were to do storage containers, I would get like 10 of them and just lay them out in like a pyramid shape. And then I would just cover it full of dirt and make myself like a hobo hobbit hut. Just live underground.
I could just get an old school bus and be like Bubbles in that one Trailer Park Boys movie. Don't legalize it.
Yeah, one of my friends lived in a school bus. They had one on their property, so he just kind of moved into it when he got older. It's pretty cool.
I could just cut a hole in the floor and run the pipe to the septic tank. Be like, look, I could poop in here.
Oh man, that's that. Ooh. I actually lived in a fifth wheel for a little while, so I was having to empty my black water tank.
Yeah.
By hand.
I've threatened to do that too. I've threatened to just get a camper and live in it.
I do not recommend it. It was not fun at all. Life is all fun and games until you have a big 55-gallon trash can full of your own excrement that you got to haul off like 50 yards away to dump in some pecan tree orchard.
Well, if I could put it here, I could just put a hook up to the septic tank. So at least I wouldn't have to worry about that.
Now, I've been seeing like a lot of people converting like vans and stuff, and I've actually been seeing a lot of really cool stuff with those where they would take like old food trucks and convert them into like a mobile house.
That'd be cool.
And they're doing I forget what they called it, but it's like, they're secretly living out of their van.
Oh, like stealth camping.
Stealth, yeah, like stealth living.
Yeah, I've seen people. That's all to me. I think that's cool. Seen people like living in parking lots and crap.
If I wasn't married, I'd totally be doing that. I'd be living in my van down by the river.
Down by the river. Just dumping the poop straight in the river. Oh. Well, I guess I'll go print labels for these. As I hate to. I hate to do something.
Are you still going through stamps?
No, I quit using that crap.
Okay, because I was using a new one too that I actually found works better because I don't have to pay for a stupid membership for one.
Yeah, that's I'm using the little thermal printer I got.
Yeah.
the company that made it, Rolo, they have a service, and I just use theirs.
Oh, okay. I
You
think
know,
mine is like express shipping or something like that. But I do them because I can do international from home. Because I don't know why Stamps got me to get that one printer. That was a ripoff, man.
yeah, their scale was a ripoff too because it broke. I don't even use a scale now. I just make it up. I'm like, a comic book. This is 8 ounces, and I just ship it.
I invested in a pretty good scale, but I didn't get it from Stamps. I got my stuff like from Amazon. So I was checking out reviews and stuff on
Well,
everything.
see, if I ship one, I know they're about 8 ounces. Where I get messed up is when I've got like four, and you can tell it starts getting heavier. But I've noticed it don't matter what weight I put on medium mail, it stays about the same.
Yeah. Normally when I'm packing, I'll just weigh the one up that's that tier,
Mm.
and then I'll just go by that weight for like the rest of them until I get to like another tier where they get like 2 books, and then I'm like, okay, I'll weigh this one. But I don't weigh everything individually. I just do the one, and then I'm like, that's good enough.
That's what I used to do. And we've got more viewers now. We got 5 viewers.
Oh goodness.
Jeremy Turner says it's easy to no longer be married. I did it. The depression only lasted 2 years. I dated this girl for like 4 or 5 years one time. And when I finally broke up with her, that was almost like really, really terrible. I only stayed depressed for a really, really long time after that. Being depressed is gay.
Yeah, I would highly recommend anybody suffering from depression go talk to a doctor. I'm actually on antidepressants now, and I'm doing a lot better, man.
What what helps me out is lots and lots and lots of caffeine. Caffeine. I mean, my heart's probably going to explode. But
Yeah, I've had 3 cups of coffee already today.
I
I gotta
drank
cut
three.
myself off.
I drank 3 monsters yesterday, the sugar-free ones.
But yeah, depression sucks.
When I get depressed, though, I'm like not sad. I just hear like I used to get sad, but now when I get depressed, I just don't do anything. I just sit on the couch and I let the house become a mess, and I want
Yeah,
you know
that's how I was, and now that I'm on like antidepressants, yeah, Skinny's on meds. I'm actually like, happier and healthier because like now I'm getting back up and doing my
I'm
chores and
afraid to
stuff.
take meds because if they're the ones that make you gain weight, I can't. I don't need to gain any more weight. I'm the fattest now I've ever been in my
You
life.
just got to get a good doctor. Like my doctor, she started me like basically like on the lowest one just to kind of feel it out and see
I
what's
don't,
going. They'll
I don't
probably need
go.
to increase it, but
I don't go to the doctor either.
it would probably help. I mean, I know there's also services where you can talk to some people like over the phone and stuff like that and do like, little Zoom calls like we're doing now.
Yeah, I tell them I need some crack cocaine.
You like, I need some opium.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
need.
be like Sherlock. I got that Sherlock Holmes disease, man.
I'm just exactly like Sherlock Holmes. I'm a genius.
Well, it could be worse. You could like have a stroke and then successfully have a campaign and be elected into it's like a senator or something, you know.
Oh man, could be worse. I could be the president.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even talking about him. I was talking
Yeah,
about somebody else.
I know you was, but then
The
I
ogre. This is ogre country.
thought, oh man,
Even after running down a black man with a shotgun in hand, you know. These people are wild, man. I feel like we're living in like a sitcom of the Matrix
I was,
to some
whatever.
degree. Like somebody's enabled cheat codes. I don't know who, but like it's like one of those games like Saints Row or Grand Theft Auto. You enter a cheat and it starts raining ninjas or something like that.
Like I feel like we're in one of the alternate dimensions. Like when you watch Star Trek and the regular timeline, and then something happens and it branches off to about five.
Yeah,
We're in one of the five. One of the five. The regular timeline's still going, but we exist in one of the weird ones. I miss being in the regular timeline.
yeah. JT knows what's up. And JT is responsible for this. I just want everybody to know it's his fault.
It's his fault. He voted
That's
for.
why he's apologizing. It's because he knows he's guilty.
He voted for him. Man, I don't know how many of these little PsychoTron stickers I gave away because I'm about out of them too.
Yeah, I don't know how many stickers I ordered in total. But yeah, I got a bunch of the Otis silhouette stickers that I did. I don't have them on hand because I packed them away. Trying to straighten up and getting things in order.
Well, after I ship this crap out, I'm gonna send Eric some money.
I like doing the stickers though, but I'm not certain about the other swag. Kind of getting tired of all the extras.
I like those T-shirts. I did T-shirts through Sticker Mule this time, so I only ordered what I had to. Didn't have to
Oh, I
order a
wonder
whole bunch.
how much are those? If you don't mind
Uh,
me asking on string, you
it,
can talk to me later about it if you
it
want to.
depends on the size. Um, but like I think what was I sold them for $20 a piece, $25 a piece. So I only made a couple dollars on every one of them, but it didn't matter because the T-shirts were super nice and they were individually bagged.
And I do, JT. Look, this is the back of my laptop. That's the sticker I'm giving away for issue 2. I don't know what kind of sticker we'll do for issue 3.
I just stuck this one of these on my Chromebook right here that I'm on. And I'm gonna stick this one on there. That's the John Redcorn Lone Wolf.
Yeah.
There's a hole in my pocket where my money should go. There's a hole. New Lone Wolf.
Lone red corn.
Yeah, Lone Redcorn.
I had that sticker, but they were all on my old car that I ended up selling before I moved
Yeah,
across the state. I don't think that car would have made it. It was like a 2009.
I don't even know what year my car is.
I know so little about cars, man. Like, it's hard for me to even remember the make and model of the car that I'm driving now.
I enjoy cars and I know a lot about like different what they are and all this crap. But my brother, he buys wrecks and he fixes them. Like mine is not fixed all the way back, but he got it and it's a 4-cylinder with a 6-speed that gets almost 40 miles a gallon. And I was like, I don't even care what that car is. I'll sell it to me. So
Yeah.
I bought that off of him.
See, my wife knows more about cars than I do. Like, she can tell, like, the make just by, like, the bumpers and stuff, just seeing them out. And I'm like, how do you do that? It's like a magic trick to me. I'm like, how did you do this? How do you know? They all look the same to me. Like, everybody sees all these subtle differences, and I'm just looking at it like it's all NASCAR. Like, all the cars are exactly the same. They just have different stickers on them.
It's different sponsors.
Which
Fine,
that's
man.
one reason I never liked NASCAR. The day I found out the headlights on there were fake, I was just shattered, man. I was like, I don't like this anymore.
I've got a really cool cover for Lone Wolf 2 that Andrew did. I forgot about it. It's like a throwback to those old Western comics.
Yeah.
from way back in the 50s. So I'm gonna offer that as a cover. It's gonna be really cool.
You know,
And
now that you're getting Lone Wolf 2 out, we got to work on something, Doug.
I'm working on. I got to keep writing PsychoTrons to keep Eric busy.
Yeah, but we got a crossover we got to do, man.
Yeah, I need to do multiple crossovers. I came up with an idea for a really cool comic book last night. I was like, man, this is such a good idea. I'll think about it in the morning. I went to sleep and can't remember it. That's how good it was. Well, I'm going to have to get off here. I need to quit procrastinating. I keep talking because I don't want to go print labels for these.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But
it
I
needs
got
to be
to.
done.
Yeah, then I got to go to town.
And ship that guitar that you made $600 on.
Yeah. I'll probably take that $600 and just buy another gun.
And then use that to shoot the guitar.
I was going to pay it on my car, and I went and looked how much money I owed on my car. I've been paying on that car for like 6 months, and I thought, man, I've probably paid $1,000 off of it. No, I paid like $300 off of it because I didn't take into account how much interest you're paying on a stupid car.
Mm-hmm. That's where they get you. That's what they should be teaching in schools, man. Like, start teaching these kids how to navigate the economy. Please. Teach me while you're at it, because I would like to know as well. Because, like, the whole credit system is just a complete...
It's a bunch of crap's what it is.
It's a brain twister.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Later, people.
Bye, everybody.